Today, we'll be ranking all Gateron Tactile switches on our tier list, from S for super to F for fail. Now, because people's preferences differ, it's worth clarifying what S tier actually means here, rather than suggesting that switches in the S tier are objectively the best. In the context of this video, S tier switches are closer to must-tries, while switches in lower tiers can be viewed as more optional, ones you won't necessarily regret skipping if they don't interest you. Let's start off with the baby Kangaroos and Quinns, which are both known for their crisp tactility. Although the two switches look different, they actually feel the same. They're both fairly heavy, with a 67-gram bottom out. If I were to sum up their type feel in one word, it'd be snappy. In terms of sound, because the baby Kangaroos have a polycarbonate top, they produce a louder sound upon release, since polycarbonate is a stiffer plastic. But this is where the Quinns differ from the baby Kangaroos. The Quinns feature nylon in both the top and bottom housings. The result is a rounder, more understated sound profile, especially on the top out. I really like both these switches' sound and feel, so they will both go into S tier for me. Personally, I see them staying there for years to come as well. Here's how they sound. If you're a more budget-minded hobbyist, then you might have come across the EF Grayish. EF, or Everfree, is Gateron's ultra-budget lineup. After using these Grayish switches for a while, I find a pretty mild tactility and the sound signature is pretty subdued. I'll be putting these in C tier since these are not the most memorable options. But at just 20 something cents per switch, if you're a budget-minded user, these could easily be A tier. Take a listen. Gateron's newest tactile switch, the LongJing, features an all-palm construction. This is a first for Gateron tactile switches. While all-palm linear switches like the Gateron Smoothies have been available for a while now, the LongJing brings this all-palm construction to tactile enthusiasts. So why all palm? In my view, palm switches have a nice sound to them, pretty bassy, a little hollow, and they feel very smooth. Unlike the baby Kangaroos and Quinns, these LongJings are medium weight with a 55-gram bottom out, making them lighter than around 60% of all switches. These also come in at a great price point, exclusively on Milktooth where you save 18% on them. We offer them at around 30 cents per switch. These LongJings are a great addition to the light tactile category, so for me, these are a clear S tier choice. Here's the sound test. These green apples are also all palm switches. You can think of them as the heavy variants of the LongJings. These are also a bit louder than the LongJings and are a bit pricier too, but we still got you with a good pricing where you save 12% on them by using the link in the description. For me, these are going into A tier, but they should be in S tier if you're a heavier typist. Here's how they sound. The Mini Eye and Weightlessness switches are lighter variants of the Quinn and Baby Kangaroo switches, featuring smaller tactile bumps than their heavier counterparts. With bottom out forces lighter than 80% of all switches, they also offer a nice, snappy feel, making for a great light tactile experience. While similar in feel, they differ in sound profile. The Mini Eye delivers a louder, more resonant, and a clackier sound signature, while the Weightlessness is a tad bit more subdued. Based on my personal preferences, the Mini Eye goes into S tier, while the Weightlessness goes into A tier. But you could easily flip them around if you like the sound signature of the Weightlessness more. Here are the sound tests. The Aliaz is a veteran in the solid tactile space, offering a uniquely heavy typing experience with a 75-gram bottom out force, heavier than 97% of switches. While this puts it in a niche category, it serves its role exceptionally well. Since I'm a pretty heavy typist, the Aliaz gets an A tier ranking from me. But for those specifically seeking a heavy, solid tactile switch, it's an S tier choice. Though admittedly, that's a small subset of you guys. Save 31% on these switches, exclusively on Milktooth, which I'll link below. Here's the sound test. The Gateron Beer stands out as today's most unique switch, combining a large tactile bump with an ultralight spring weight. Despite its ultralight 50-gram spring, which is lighter than 90% of switches, it features an unexpectedly large tactile bump, which is a combination that creates a one-of-a-kind typing experience. Basically, it's the most unique out of all Gateron's tactiles and in the tactile category more broadly. This distinctive feel is complemented by its loud, high-pitched clacky sound signature. These are easily going into A tier, especially since you save 24% on them at Milktooth. Regardless if you're a light tactile fan or if you love big tactile bumps, these are definitely worth a try. Here's how they sound. The Jupiter Brown and Banana Tactiles are great budget-friendly options. They share similar bottom-out weights. The Bananas have a 69-gram bottom-out, whereas the Browns are 1 gram heavier at 70 grams. They have medium loud sound profiles, but differ in travel distance. The Jupiter Bananas feature shorter travel at 3.4mm, while the Brown maintains a more traditional travel distance of 4mm. At 28 cents per switch, both are compelling budget options worthy of going into B tier. Here's the sound test. Last but not least, the G Pro 3.0 Brown. These switches are part of Gateron's gaming-focused lineup and feature a translucent top housing for enhanced RGB lighting. Performance-wise, it's similar to the Jupiter Brown we just talked about, but with a slightly lighter feel. I'm also putting these in B tier. Take a listen to how they sound. Lastly, here's the full tier list of all the switches. But if you like more switch comparisons, check out my video ranking TTC switches here. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.